Hi students, in today's lecture we are going to see function of leadership and leadership style. First, function of leadership. The important function of leadership here are as follows. First, initiation. It is the first and foremost job of the industry's leader to take the lead in all activities. He should not accept others to guide or direct him. A leader must lead. He should take initiative to introduce challenges in the organization and coordinate group effort whenever is necessary. He should communicate the challenges and reason behind them to convince the worker about the rationale. Second one, integration. Leadership integrate the effort of his followers and direct them toward organizational goal. The leader integrate the effort of group without which coordination is not possible as a result. Common objective cannot be achieved. In this age of specialization, each individual does a part of whole work. The integration of part of the whole is a leadership function. Third one, organization. The organizing capacity of leader is an important trait. He is to decide who will do what and how. He provides necessary input to get the work done effectively. Failing to do so, he lost the confidence of workers and the organization. Fourth one, communication. Communication of organizational policies, procedure, and program are necessary in order to integrate the effort of the members of the group. A leader communicates authority and responsibility to each individual so that he may come to how what he to do and what not. He knows the way as to how he can attain the goal and discourage his responsibility and discharge his responsibilities. Fifth one, evaluation of performance. A leader evaluates the performance of his subordinate. If a worker does well, he is, he is adequately rewarded, and he fail in the discharging his responsibility, he is punished. Both reward and punishment aim at motivational people to improve the situation. Leadership is concerned with the problem of human performance and integration. 6.1 Guideline, guidance and direction to organization. A leader is a friend, philosopher, and guide of an undertaking. He is the prime function of leader to guide and direct the organization. He should issue the necessary instruction and see that they are properly communicated. He control all the activities of organization in order to accomplish his predetermined goal of the undertaking. Seventh one, representation. A leader is the true representative of entire organization. He represents the undertaking and its purpose both to those working for it as well as to the outside world. He represents worker before the higher management and outsider. He also represents management before the workers and their union. Thus, he is a connecting link between the management, subordinate, and workers. 8.1 Production. A leader should follow the production-oriented supervisory style of leadership, and he should do all to increase the production and productivity of the organization through not at the cost of human relation. 9.1 Interpret. It is the delegate the task of business leader to assign reason to his every command. If his instructions are irrational and there is no backing by reason or logic, they are bound to be ineffective. He has to interest he has to interact things in a way that intelligible all the concert and their cooperation is readily forthcoming. Tenth one, fraternity. Leadership should promote fraternity among the subordinate. His approach and style play an important role in developing industrial harmony. He should develop a climate of cooperation among the workers in the organization to achieve success. 11th, encourage teamwork. A leader must act like a captain of a team. A captain coordinate all activities of game among the players in order to win the game. In the same way, a leader must try to win confidence of most of his colleagues, if not all. Without teamwork, he cannot be successful and the leadership may fail. 12th one, domination. A leader dominates his followers. He hold authority. He holds authority and some organizational power to use consensually or descriptively. He may ignore his followers' wishes, but should not to do that. He should be party. He should be participative. He must use his power in interest of the group of which he is a leader. These are the function of leadership. Now we are going to see leadership style. Leadership style are the pattern of behavior which a leader adopts influencing the behavior of his subordinate in the organization. The leadership style have a variety of dimension. For example, power dimension. The leadership style describe how a leader behave with his group or how leadership is applicable in the practice. The various leadership style are as under. First one, motivational style. Motivation of follower of worker in the business enterprises is the main function of leader. Motivational style cover two main approaches which are generally followed by a leader. First is positive approach to leadership. Positive approach to leadership. Leadership is said to be a positive when the leader motivates the people to work hard by offering them various reward, monetarily or otherwise. The more the reward, the higher efficiency. Positive leadership promotes industrial peace. For example, encashment of leave will certainly reduce absenteeism of the organization because It increases work's real wages. Second one, negative approach to leadership. It is said that to be negative approach or a leadership when the leader in, induce the follower to work hard and and the follower to work hard or penal, penalize the if work is not up to the mark. Thus, a negative leadership emphasis is lead on penalties for the shortcomings. For example, if manager impose a salary cut for the absence for his duty, he is a negative approach to improve absenteeism. Through negative leadership, get acceptable performance. In many situations, it is a high human cost. Negative leaders act dominating with the people. They instill fear by imposing penalties such as a loss of job, leave without pay, and repenting before others for getting the work done. Next one, power styles. In this leadership, use power also establish a type of style. Power style may be three types: autocratic leadership, democratic leadership, and free reign leadership. First is autocratic or authorization autocratic leadership. Under this style, power, authority, or decision making are centralized in the leaders. They create work situation and environment of their subordinates. The subordinate in turn to whatever they are told, nothing less and nothing more. The leaders enjoy full authority and assume full responsibility. They are they are power lowing and never like to be divide the power. The subordinate or followers are not aware the organizational goal. They feel insurance and are afraid of the leader authority. This leadership is a negative. However, the leadership may be positive under this style if the leader uses his power in the best of interest of the group. Reward to the motivate them. An autocratic leader having positive motivational style is known as a benevolent autocrat. The benevolent autocrat get productivity in full satisfaction as a followers as habituated to the culture of authorities in the society, such as teachers, parents, government, etc. Second one, democratic leadership. As the opposite of autocratic leadership, under this style, power and authority is decentralized, and thus decisions are not unilateral. Subordinate are consulted before taking any decision, and thus they are fully aware of the path and goal of the organization. The leader and the group work together as a social unit, while autocratic leader control throughout authority, vest in themselves. Participative leader exercise control mostly by using force within the group. A democratic leader delegates his authority to subordinate to get the work accomplish toward the goal of the organization. Third one, free reign leadership. Under free reign style, leaders enjoy no power. They delegate their authority so that subordinates themselves take decisions. The leadership is employee centered. The group of employees is free to establish its own goal and work out its own problems. The member of group train themselves and provide their own motivation. The leader keeps contract with the outsider to bring the group in the information and resources needed to fulfill its job. Parent leadership ignore the leader's contribution in the same way as autocratic leadership ignore the group. It failed to provide the benefits of leaders inspired motivation to the group. Sometimes it creates chaos. Third one, orientation style. In this, first is employee oriented leadership. Employee oriented leadership are concerned about the need of their subordinate attitudes, interests, and necessities, etc. They try to get increased productivity by improving the working condition and environment and solving the problem, if any faced by them during the course of their action on the job. Second one, task oriented leadership or production oriented leadership. Production or task oriented leadership view that they are concerned mainly with production, while employees are not of much concern. They believe that they can attain result by planning better methods, keeping people constantly busy and using them or products. They are not considered their aspect of workers. Employees oriented and production oriented leadership style are both related and yet interrupted. They are not opposite to each other. A manager who is a more employee oriented is not necessarily against the production oriented or vice versa. Each orientation is somewhat independent. A manager must combine these two orientation. He must think in terms of higher production through not a most cost of human values. He must honor in initiative and abilities of employees and try to satisfy their needs. These are the leadership. In today's lecture, we are learn what is the function of leadership and leadership style. Thank you.